Welcome to another edition of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. I'm Doug Weischadle here with Dave Weischadle. We're here to give you a whip-around look at some of the latest news coming out of the sports betting industry. TV, you can catch the show on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV. You can catch us on our website, turnpikesports.us. We're right on the homepage every Monday morning. Audio, you can catch us on the Samsung Podcast platform, also Amazon Music, and Pandora Podcasts. This week, state and national reports, we've got some February and March benchmarks to talk about.
Okay.
Deals, we've got a hockey as well as a baseball deal to talk about.
Okay.
I couldn't read my notes there for a second.
Baseball.
Sorry about that, people. As well as a payment transaction deal as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
Industry updates. New Jersey's Division of Gaming Enforcement released their Atlantic City Casino report. We'll talk about that. We've also got licenses, launches, closures, and exits to talk about.
All right.
And then we'll finish up with our legislative roundup. We're going to start talking state and national reports right after this.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. DebtFix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for DebtFix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call DebtFix Pros right now at 800-479-3522. That's 800-479-3522. 800-479-3522.
Attention. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, watch this urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by hiring 87,000 new agents to garnish your paycheck and put liens on homes and businesses. They can even seize your bank account. The IRS calls it enforced compliance, and now they have the manpower to get you. Penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily. So call One Stop Tax Relief Shop and get the IRS off your back. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. And no other tax shop gets you more or faster approvals. One Stop Tax Relief has resolved thousands of cases since 2014 and saved clients millions of dollars. Call now for a free consultation. Connect with tax professionals who get the IRS off your back.
Call 800-605-0688. 800-605-0688.
One Stop Tax Relief Shop.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. We're going to start our state and national reports out west in Colorado. The state of Colorado reported its February sports betting numbers, and it's very interesting that the state has reported a total handle of $1.13 billion in the first 2 months of the calendar year, January and February 2024, and that's the most the state's ever had in the first 2 months.
It's an incredible start for 2024 for Colorado.
It's a great start.
Yeah. Hope the rest of the year goes well for Colorado.
Unfortunately, the retail books had a negative gross gaming revenue for the month of about $144,000 in the negative. And
well, look, let me tell you something. It's really snowy January and February in Colorado. You know, why would you?
I don't know anymore with
the
way this weather is.
You can bet on your phone. Why would you go out? So
that's true. That's true.
It's a beautiful state, but it's rather cold and snowy January and February.
And as always with our Colorado reports, we talk table tennis.
Okay. Yes. Colorado. Has a big table tennis following, I guess.
I have to admit, during these last couple of months, table tennis was on a streak of 10 million plus in handle every month up until December. And it's now in its third month of just around $7.7 million for a monthly handle.
Well, does table tennis have a season kind of thing?
We're obviously seeing one right now.
Is that what we're looking at? Because table tennis, at one time in Colorado, it was like the sixth most bet on sport in the state, but so I don't know if there's a season for table tennis. So
Well, at one point, table tennis brought in almost $12 million.
that's what
in
I
handle.
mean. Yeah,
so
that's so.
we're,
I don't know.
We're 7.78 million for this. It's
Well-
still 1.4%
well,
of the total handle.
January and February, I guess, is college football and NFL and hockey and
Yep.
basketball. Maybe table tennis is, reserved for months that maybe doesn't have all those sports in it. So
Well, also, it's a strictly online sport, it looks like, for betting.
I
It's
don't know.
only all but $526 was bet online of that 7.78 million.
okay, so just the vast majority was betting online table.
I would say 98%, 99%
Wow.
of
Okay.
it was online handle.
Okay.
Yeah. Over in Iowa, they reported their March sports betting numbers. They reported their fifth monthly handle of at least $250 million out of their last 6 months. The March report also sent the all-time retail handle above $1 billion.
Okay.
Since this is all post-PASPA. Also, FanDuel, $1.5 billion in all-time handle, $125 million in all-time revenue.
Okay.
A couple good benchmarks there.
We have to go look around. You're mentioning Colorado and table tennis, Iowa. I wonder if there is a sport from each state that, like table tennis is big in Colorado. What sport is big in Iowa that maybe isn't as big as in other states? So I'm just curious if every state has this one unique betting market that is different from other states.
Well, again, going back to
With all the surveys out there, someone please do
Yeah.
a survey on that. I need to know. I'm
Going
just
back to your
curious.
statement about table tennis,
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see what North Carolina's table tennis market is like. I don't
I have
know.
to tell you,
I don't know too much about table tennis on the
I told
East
you,
Coast,
I-
but obviously
I told
Colorado's
you last
got a
week
market.
I was watching FanDuel TV and they had darts.
Yes.
So there's unique sports out there
Yep.
that you can bet on. I'm just curious if states have their favorite unique sport.
Over in Maine put out their March sports betting report, and they had a high and a low.
Yes,
Put it that way.
Good news and bad news, man.
Record handle, monthly handle of 47.6 million.
Yep.
Record low, 2.7 million in revenue.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
Not
smart
sure-
bettors, I guess. They're betting and they're winning.
I wonder if it had to deal with March Madness.
I don't. Yeah,
Because
maybe
everybody's
I'm
brackets
sure.
got destroyed,
I'm
especially with
sure.
the first weekend there. So
Yeah.
I wonder if that affected the betting. We should see what March Madness's sports betting handle for Maine is. They haven't released that yet.
I'd be very curious to see that. Yeah.
Also, in the state reported that's all-time handle past $200 million already.
Good. They're only a couple months old, right?
Yeah, they launched towards the end of December.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Over in West Virginia, the state of West Virginia reported its March numbers. Total handle past $2.4 billion for the market. But they did set a record online gaming
Yes,
record.
their online casinos went crazy. This
Nearly
last one.
$24 million in revenue.
Yeah, that's
that's
great.
the mark right there.
By the way, it's the first time it passed 20 million.
Yep,
Right? So
that's right.
not only did they pass 20 million, they kind of flew by 20 million.
Yeah,
So,
they blew right
good.
by that one.
Good.
Over in Oregon,
Yep.
which used to be another state we used to talk about, ping pong with
Yeah, table tennis,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'll use the official
Gotcha.
name, table tennis.
Is that offensive if you call it ping pong?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Everyone
but-
calls it table tennis now.
Well, ever since DraftKings took over in Oregon, they don't release the individual numbers
Okay.
for stuff like that.
All right.
You have the March sports betting report, sixth consecutive month of at least $7 million in revenue for the state. Maryland, we had a few benchmarks in March for Maryland.
Okay.
Yep. With March,
this is March, right?
This is March.
Okay.
March's sports betting report, Maryland became the 14th state to pass $7 billion in total handle.
Okay.
$70 million in all-time tax revenue. That's a good number to report right there.
All right.
Fiscal year-to-date handle has passed $4 billion for the state, and FanDuel set a state monthly handle record,
Okay.
$247.8 million by FanDuel.
Wow. Okay.
So that's a brand new record that nobody probably will touch for a while. And I don't even think FanDuel will.
Yeah, boy, Maryland is coming up strong.
Yes. And FanDuel also passed $1.7 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle.
Okay.
We're going to finish up the segment here with New York like we always do, because New York is always fun to talk about.
Yeah. It dwarfs the numbers of the
Yes.
other states, so I'm glad you leave it last.
Well, we've got a couple weeks to report, but also the month of March.
Okay. All
And the month of March was interesting because it could have been a brand new monthly handle record, which, due to the accounting procedures, will not be.
Oops. Someone moved a number
No,
around,
no,
or they
not even that
misplaced
simple.
a decimal point, or what happened?
The fact that the last week in March's numbers came in and they weren't reported till the first couple days in April, it became an April.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yes.
If
you add
a
in
reporting,
the
I don't
accounting
even
rules,
call that an
accounting
error.
rules, accounting rules.
I guess okay.
It's not an error. It's just accounting rules.
All right. That's a weird
Yeah.
rule.
If it was if you just include the entire month,
So wait, what happened? So
the week ending March
did April
31st.
come in the middle of the week kind of thing?
No, the week ending March
All right,
31st, which
yeah.
was a Sunday. March 31st was a Sunday.
Okay.
Those numbers didn't get reported to the state until April 1st, 2nd.
Okay.
So since they reported in April to the state, it became an April number.
Oh, okay.
Accounting rules.
Okay.
So instead
It's
of
a technicality. That's
yeah,
it. You know,
instead of 2.33 billion for the month of March, you're stuck with 1.85 billion.
Okay.
Not a brand new record.
All right.
So,
Wow.
but again, 19
To lose a record like that, really?
it just means April may set the record.
God.
You may just be
Okay.
1 month off.
Yeah, probably good news for April.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right.
But again, 19 of the last 20 months for New York State, 1 billion in monthly handle each of those months, 19 out of the last 20, and also 20 of the last 24 months have recorded at least 50 million in revenue monthly. So they're still doing extremely well, regardless of the accounting rules.
I'm not crying for New York.
No. FanDuel passed $8 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle. DraftKings, $7 billion in fiscal year-to-date handle. Caesars, $2 billion.
Okay.
So a lot of good numbers coming out of New York, regardless of the accounts.
Yeah.
That's it for the state and national reports. Let's start talking some deals. Starting off our deals segment, we're going to be talking a little hockey. Hard Rock Digital has announced a multi-year deal with the NHL's Florida Panthers, naming Hard Rock Bet as an official sports betting partner of the NHL team.
Great.
That's the first partnership for the Panthers in this category, meaning sports betting.
I got to tell you, I love Hard Rock as a company. It's just such a great gaming company. We were there in Atlantic City at Hard Rock. It was a lot of fun.
Well, if you look at their the application for Hard Rock Bet, it actually is very sleek, very efficient. It almost kind of matches what Unibet used to be.
Yeah.
Very simple, straight-ahead stuff.
Yeah, no, I like that.
And it's very good to see that.
Yeah.
The partnership with the Panthers here will include on-site activations. This has already started, by the way.
Okay.
Digitally enhanced dasher boards, which are the sideboards that you see guys getting checked into.
Yep.
Marquee signage, digital branding, and starting with the next season, 2024-2025, there's going to be additional enhancements, no word on what those are, to further engage fans on site at the stadium or arena. I guess they call them arenas for hockey, and online as well. Over on the baseball side of sports, here we have PrizePicks. PrizePicks announced that the company has reunited with the Atlanta Braves for the 2024 season. PrizePicks will be having outfield LED signage as well as prominent signage throughout Truist Park.
Okay.
It's actually a really beautiful park.
It's great. Yeah.
Also, company will also gain access to VIP experiences throughout the baseball season. They're also going to be having what they're calling the pick of the game.
Okay.
That will be featured on the Braves Radio Network pregame radio show for all 162 regular season games.
Wow. All right. Great.
Staying with PrizePicks for a little while here, we've got a brand new deal with mixed martial arts superstar Justin Gaethje as their brand ambassador.
Okay, great.
Will
I see commercials for PrizePicks on TV?
Well, it's more along the lines of you're going to see PrizePicks incorporated into the MMA stars YouTube channel, social media content.
Good.
So it's going to be throughout the entire fighting season for Justin Gaethje.
Good.
Last story for the week here, we've got Sightline and GeoComply entering into a partnership. It's an exclusive partnership with compliance and anti-tech technology solutions being incorporated into the payment processing systems of Sightline to ensure the safety of digital transactions.
Oh, great.
Not just the normal deposit withdrawal methods, but also with everybody experimenting now with cashless gaming in certain casinos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any company that's working with Sightline will have the ID Comply identity solution from GeoComply
Great.
incorporated into Sightline's deal with them.
GeoComply is an amazing company. The technology there is incredible. I always tell this story in 2013 when New Jersey started online gaming, and it was just, one area of my house you can do it, the other area of my house you couldn't. They said I was too close to Pennsylvania, but nowadays this technology is incredible. They know where you're betting, what you're betting on, what machines you're betting on. I mean, they can take. I think they even have stats where how many people in a stadium bet on something. It's just incredible how they can zero in on who's betting and where they're betting.
Well, the geofencing is amazing. But the anti-fraud systems they have are even more so.
That's just a part of their
geofencing, and then the anti-fraud, and then the identity confirmation and verification solutions.
I think it all meshes into one. It's really great. Yeah.
What is it? The KYC, Know Your Customer?
Yeah.
That's they're one of the leaders in that, so it's great to see this type of deal, especially for Sightline financial transactions.
Absolutely.
That's it for the deals. We're going to start talking industry updates right after this.
Every 40 seconds, a kid is reported missing. Find the Children provides educational material that teaches your kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs are very successful in bringing kids back home to their family. You can help protect our kids and bring the missing kids home safe by donating your unwanted car, truck, SUV, or van, running or not. We guarantee you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast free pickup, usually within 24 hours. Over 2,000 kids are reported missing every day. Call now to donate your vehicle. Donate now to bring these kids home safe.
Call 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260. 800-934-2260.
Welcome back to the Turnpike Sports Book Report. The New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement recently released the quarterly and year-end results for the Atlantic City casinos in 2023. Very mixed results, and it's creating concern among certain industry components regarding the Atlantic City casinos themselves, the physical brick-and-mortar casinos.
Sure.
Now, they've always survived, and they will continue to survive. But what the report showed that for the calendar year 2023, casino licensees reported gross operating profit down from the previous year. It was something like $780.7 million in gross operating profit. That's about 4% decrease from the previous year, which has caused some concern among industry experts in terms of the survivability of these casinos. I love when people talk about the survivability of the Atlantic City casinos.
Every couple of years, people talk about survivability. Look, and look, it's not going to get easier, especially with New York City area casinos in the in the future, I guess. But I think what we're going to see, I think we're probably going to see something in the Meadowlands in New Jersey, casino wise. I mean, just to combat that. The one thing about New Jersey casinos is they're tucked away in the corner of a state. They're not spread out like other states. It's you have to want to get to a physical casino. But the one thing about New Jersey is the online casinos are doing extremely well, mainly because the casinos, brick and mortar, are only in one place in New Jersey.
Which is why they're concerned about the brick and mortar casinos, because even though online gaming and online sports betting are setting records almost nonstop, the casinos are still hurting a little bit. Especially with the hotel occupancy rate. In the fourth quarter of 2023, it was up, but for the overall year, it was down compared to the year before. So the hotel occupancy is also kind of an interesting
Well, the one thing
aspect.
about Atlantic City is summertime's the big time because it has the beach.
Yes.
So, we'll see how it does in the summertime, and, it always does great in the summertime. So,
Yep.
it's a shore town in a northeastern state, so it has weather to contend with as well.
Over in Michigan, we've got ESPN Bet's first retail sportsbook opening up at the Hollywood Casino at Greektown just in time for the NFL draft.
Yep.
Over in Maine, Underdog Fantasy has not renewed its license for the state. This is just after recently being fined about $400,000 by the Gaming Commission up there for illegal fantasy games. That once Underdog is out of the state completely, it leaves only 4 operators for daily fantasy sports in Maine. Among them, DraftKings, FanDuel, Sports Hub, and Fantasy Football, as well as Yahoo Fantasy still up there.
Oh, okay.
Over in the NCAA is doing their player prop ban actions.
Sure.
And we've got 2 states responding. Louisiana has already announced a player prop ban. They said they were doing that already without the urging from the NCAA. And Montana has politely said, no, we are going to continue with our college player prop betting.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see where that goes. Over in Illinois, we've got Fanatics. Fanatics just recently closed on the PointsBet sale, and as soon as the sale has happened, Fanatics Sportsbook is now live in the state. That's their 19th state.
I'm waiting for that to happen in New Jersey. I'm actually seeing the Fanatics online casino television commercials here in New Jersey. So
over in Massachusetts, we've got Bally's at the last Massachusetts Gaming Commission meeting saying that the Ballybet Sportsbook, online sportsbook, will be launching sometime in June.
Oh, okay.
And also the Mass Gaming Commission approved a request to include Pro Volleyball Federation betting to the sports betting catalog up in the state.
That's something I've never placed a bet on. Volleyball, never.
I'm actually losing track of the different leagues.
Ever. Yeah, I don't. Well,
there's so many different leagues.
I just don't know enough about the sport. Now, the pro volleyball thing, this isn't beach volleyball. This is on a hard court.
I have to take a look at that because,
see,
like I said, there's so many different.
I guess if it was on the beach, it would say beach volleyball. I would
again,
guess.
it's under Pro Volleyball Federation, so that could be beach volleyball.
I don't know.
I know beach volleyball is on TV more here than in the hard court, but we don't know.
Yeah.
That's it for the industry updates. We're going to finish up with our legislative roundup. Starting off our legislative roundup, we're going to be in our home state of New Jersey. Got 2 bills to talk about.
All right.
A bill from State Senator Kristen Corrado from Passaic would eliminate the opportunity for gamblers in New Jersey, and you know where I'm going to go with this, to place any prop bets on collegiate matchups.
Okay.
New Jersey is planning to join the states that are banning collegiate prop bets.
Well, one thing also about New Jersey is we're not allowed to place bets on any college or university that are located in the state, and we can't place any bets on any collegiate event, sporting event that happens in the state.
I would hope this bill would actually take that into account and maybe change that set up there.
Yeah, I think at one,
because if you're going to give rid of college player props, that's one avenue of the market for New Jersey bettors that they can't do. I understand the integrity issues, but if you're going to do something like ban college player props, give back something, and maybe the tournament thing.
Well, either carve out an exception for tournaments. There was a college tournament one time in Atlantic City.
The MAC.
Down in the convention center in Atlantic City on the boardwalk, and there were sports books all over the place, and no one could place a bet on any of the games in the tournament because that was a collegiate activity and event that happened within the state.
You actually had to go to Pennsylvania to bet on New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
it was happening in Atlantic City.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
The other bill, we had talked about this previously, but now New Jersey State Senator John McKean has officially introduced his 4-page bill to raise the tax rate for gaming in the state.
That's one of those ones I said last week, like a better, gee, I won that bet. I wish I put more money on it. That's what the state of New Jersey is doing. Boy, it's really a windfall. I wish we charge more in taxes.
Well, again, I understand it. They're seeing.
No, I got it. I mean,
they're seeing how it's working in New York. They're seeing how
New
it's
York
working
is
in Pennsylvania.
New York
Pennsylvania's
is
higher too.
51%. Yeah, New York is 51%.
And Pennsylvania, I think, is something like 30-something% as well. So, but it's one of those things where New Jersey has one of the lower rates in the nation.
They want to bring it up to 30%.
Online casinos under this bill would be taxed it would double 15% to 30%.
30%. All right.
There's an additional 5% investment alternative tax that would be tacked onto that.
Okay.
Bringing the total to 35%.
All right.
Internet sports betting base tax would go from 13%. That's an odd number, 13% anyway, to 30%.
And that's relatively low, by the way.
Still low with 30% nowadays.
It's still reasonable. When you consider, New York
what's
is
all the way around you?
51%. Yeah. Okay.
And the 1.25% tax for the Casino Reinvestment Develop Authority, the CRDA, brings the total to 31.25% if this is passed.
Okay.
For taxing.
All right.
I'm not including that 5% investment alternative tax.
Okay.
But overall, it'd be 31.25%. So we'll see exactly where that goes with that. And regarding online casinos, since we were just talking about that with this tax bill, we've got 2 states to talk about here. Real quickly, no, for both of them.
Okay.
We're talking Maine and Maryland.
Maine and Maryland, okay.
Right after Steve Silver, the Maine Gambling Control Board chair, told a lot of reporters that he expects the legislature to pass the online casino legislation, it did not.
Okay.
So don't talk so quick sometimes,
I guess,
But, it's one of those things. We'll see exactly where it's going to go. It failed by 3 votes. It's still got a chance at some point.
Eventually. I think you're going to lose votes before it actually gets passed. So.
And over in Maryland had been discussing legalizing online casinos.
I thought they would do it.
Really
thought they would do it.
It was not included in the state budget.
Okay.
So right now it's off the table.
Yeah.
Chances are that you may not see an online casino state legislature pass a bill at all this year. Everyone's looking at 2025 already, and we're only 4 months into 2024.
Yeah.
Somebody can come out of nowhere, but right now it looks like the 2 states everybody was counting on, Maine and Maryland, aren't going to be doing it. But again, there's a chance later on this year that this referendum can be put into place for the November ballot, but chances are slim. I would expect 2025 for both these states.
I'm looking around and I'm trying to figure out what state will be the next state to allow online casinos. I just don't know. You asked me this time last year, I always said New York is pretty close, and that fell away. And I thought Maryland was going to kind of jump on the bandwagon, but they kind of fell away now too. So I don't know what state is next to pass online casinos.
I think right now you got to look at New York again.
Maybe.
Because New York's got the push for it. So.
Yeah, no, they're pushing
not
for
not going to do it this year.
They see what's happening in New Jersey and a lot of New Jersey and New York, a lot of people going over borders and doing that, and so everyone knows what's happening in each state. So
I'm just curious.
New York knows how much money online casinos make for New Jersey.
I'm just curious to see who's next for online lottery. That's another one.
Yeah.
But that's it for this week's Turnpike Sports Book Report. Press releases, info at turnpikesportsradio.com. Keep those coming in. If you've been watching on TV, you've been seeing the ticker fly by below us, with additional news stories we did not have a chance to cover in this episode on air. And as always, after this show is released Monday mornings, there will be a full print version of the book report on our blog, turnpikesports.us. Click on the blog button. You'll be taken to the print version of the Turnpike Sports book report there, which will include the stories we did talk about, some of the stories on the ticker, and also additional stories we didn't have a chance to cover in either place. So please visit the blog and get a full print version there.
And that'll do it for us this week. We'll see you next time on the Turnpike.